Aimee, thanks for your time today. I'm a big fan of your work, especially on like Lucifer, George Lopez, and a bunch of other stuff I've seen you in. So I'm very excited to talk about M.O.D.O.K.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That George Lopez, that's OG.
Oh
So,
yeah, used to wake
yeah.
me up at 3 in the morning. Love that sound. So let's talk about M.O.D.O.K. What makes it so unique? We're so used to seeing, Marvel properties being so serious and great messaging, of course. And then here comes M.O.D.O.K.
Oh my gosh. I think everything about it is unique. First of all, he's a floating huge head in a hover chair with the tiniest legs and arms, and that's the star of the show. He is a supervillain who's having a midlife crisis, which we've never seen before. He's a supervillain who has to take out the garbage, pay taxes, pay bills, deal with his teenage daughter, deal with his teenage son, and his wife, who's becoming more successful than he is, which we've never seen before. He's a supervillain who just wants to destroy the world, but then goes back to work and realizes that his torture chambers have been converted to yoga studios. He's like, how am I supposed to destroy the world like this? I think, just in front of the camera, even my character Jodie, we've never seen a animated wife like her. She's not like, yes, honey, whatever you want, honey. Yeah, you can mess up, but it's all good. She is a wife and a mom, but she ends up becoming a supervillain, which is I don't think we've ever seen. So I think for a woman to be married to a supervillain, she has to have flexible morals, and it's so fun to see, a female character in this space just fall from grace and not be an angel, and even her kids be like, "Oh my God, mom's turning into a monster." So I think it's such a unique show because it's Marvel, right? So you have
Mhm.
like fights with Iron Man, and you can have the Avengers, and you have galactic warfare, and you have extraterrestrials, and you have robot guts, and you have Avengers Tower, and you have this just wealth of villains and anti-villains and heroes that you can dig into. But then you also have a very simple show about relationships and family, and that we've never seen before either. And then behind the camera, it's technology that has never been seen before. So it's a technological breakthrough that Stupid Buddy came up with that's like a handheld camera that's essentially like shooting a huge movie, except it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So
Mhm.
there's like 30 different sets shooting simultaneously, and you have like an army of, it's like Santa's workshop. You have like cabinets of mouths and 30 different hands and people making the house and making the puppets. And so it's like this new technology with cameras that Stupid Buddy has created with this tried and true proven stop animation that is old school. So they combined those two, combined with like this all-star cast, and the whole thing is just like nothing you've ever seen.
Aimee, you're such a pro. You answered a bunch of my questions already. I appreciate that. Saving me some time. So I want to ask you about Jodie. Why has she hung in there so long with M.O.D.O.K? I mean, he is a jerk. Well, duh, a supervillain.
He's a supervillain, but he's also romantic. He built a time machine to take them back to their first Third Eye Blind like concert date. And how many guys do you know would blast someone's arm just so that Jodie can get to the front of the line at the concert? So yes, he's a supervillain. Yes, he's trying to destroy the world. But I think that she just sees someone who doesn't give up, someone who's persistent, someone who's an egomaniac and so confident, even though they have the biggest head in the world and look so awkward. And I think that that's very charming to her. So I think she's hung in there because he's a good dad, and he just gets in his own way. So I think she sees his romantic heart.
Can a supervillain juggle a family and an evil empire?
You'll just have to wait and watch. I mean,
Also.
the $1 million question. But I mean, I think he can, but it's messy and it's not pretty, and it's like, oof, it's rough to watch, but then it's also so fun because it's like a train wreck, except you have Iron Man and Avengers.
Yeah, it must be difficult when you have a bunch of superheroes coming after you. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I gotta ask you one more question. What live action Marvel character would you be interested in playing?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, I love Squirrel Girl. I love, I love Miss Marvel. I love Gwen, but I love Spider Man. And I don't know, that's what I loved about Into the Universe, that
Hmm.
you had all different, diverse ethnicities, time period, and genders being able to play Spider-Man. But I love Spider-Man Peter Parker, just because he's so clumsy and he's awkward and he doesn't always get the girl, but he's like a little nerd. So I love that he's trying to balance like fighting Dr. Octopus, but he also has to take care of his aunt and school and hide his identity. So that's really fun. But I am writing a lot, so I am creating a new superhero for the next generation.
That's right.
So I'm really excited to open the doors for like a teen Latina who's just gonna win everyone's hearts and be the hero that we didn't have as a kid.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I think that the world needs that. I think we need more Latina representation. So I'm very excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. Started a production company, and I just wrote a Wonder Woman DC comic and created a 16-year-old Latina with huge glasses. So it got approved by DC. It'll be out in August, and it's pretty cool to write a scene with Wonder Woman talking to a 16-year-old Latina as a writer, and you're just like, oh my God, did I just introduce like a teen Latina to the DC canon? Like this is in a small way, right? And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep writing and just hopefully make it a little better represented for the generations to come.
How exciting. Aimee, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your role on M.O.D.O.K. And we look forward to seeing what you have to offer next.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Emmanuel. I appreciate it.
All
Love
right,
your
take
shirt.
care. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.